Are you ready to purchase your new home, your dream car, or simply want 800 credit score? Quick Fix Credit Solutions will work on your behalf to remove inaccurate and unverifiable information that is being reported by all three major credit bureaus in as little as 30 days. They can also help you add positive credit history on your credit reports. All it takes is a simple phone call. Give them a call today for a free credit analysis at 877-98-QUICK. That's 877-98-QUICK, or email them at info@quickfixcreditsolutions.com. That's info@quickfixcreditsolutions.com. Go to their website at quickfixcreditsolutions.com to sign up today and receive $50 off your enrollment fee when you mention promo code JVASSHOW. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Jay Vass, and you're watching the Jay Vass Show, music and entertainment at its finest. We got a special guest today, but we got a different style of interview. Before we get you there, though, make sure you follow us on all the social media pages at the Jay Vass Show. Check out the website, thejvassshow.com. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Jay Vass Show. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. And as always, rate the podcast, share the podcast. And let's get right into this. Joining us today, tattoo artist coming out of Missouri City, Texas.
What's going on?
TatsbyFifty. What's up, bro? How you doing?
How's it going, man?
Good, man. So actually, let's clarify something. You say you're actually not from Missouri City, Texas.
No, I'm actually from Alief.
Alief. All right, so that's where you were born.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, shit. Let's get right into this interview, man. Just like we were talking about on Louis' interview, this is something we've been planning for a long time, but scheduling had been an issue until now that we're able to make it happen. And I was really excited about your interview, bro. Not just because I think you're a cool ass dude, and I really, admire your story that you've told us. But I feel like it's a very unique story that people would appreciate and people would like, to hear. Yeah. So, I'm not going to sit here and talk to death. Let's get right into it, man. So let's go from the very beginning. You're from Alief. You were born in Alief. Talk to us about growing up in Alief and how has that impacted you?
Me growing up in Alief, it started like when I was a kid. I grew up with no father, basically with no mother. Most of the time that I spent with my brother, my older brother. I dealt with a lot of gangs. I was always outside. I was never inside the house. My mom pretty much didn't know where I was at most of the time. So, being me as a kid without a father, I hung around older kids all the time. So that led to drugs, smoking weed, getting tattooed at the age of 9.
What was your first tattoo?
My hand, 3 dots. You can barely see it now, but it was actually on my hand. I guess it grew in between my knuckles. I got it at 9 years old, and it was just something that everybody was doing, and a kid looking up to these older kids, wanted to be a tag along or, wanted to be a follower. And I blame a lot of that just on how I grew up, without a father, without someone to actually look up to and show me the right way, even though I was given pretty much everything that I wanted, because of my father. He was there financially, but he wasn't there as a physical inspiration or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, I just kind of learned everything on my own, and was always looking for that uplift in someone, preferably my brother. It led to things that I didn't know was right or wrong. At a kid that age, you don't know what's right or wrong at that age, 8, 9, 10. So I was molested at that age, from my brother. With that being said, you know, it was very traumatizing. You know, it led to me being very vulnerable. You know, I didn't know quite where to go from what was happening. Um, but as I got older, I started to realize things. You know, so I started spending the night at my friend's house more often. You know, trying to stay away from the house. They would ask me too. They would ask me, "Oh, you stay here all the time? Like, don't your mom worry about you?" You
Yeah.
know. So, you know, it's just trying to stay away, man, and trying to keep safe. You know, as I got older, eventually it stopped. But you know, once I moved to Missouri City, my family split up. My mother went to her sister's house, and my brother went to one of my mother's sister's house, and I went, you know, with my girlfriend. I had a girlfriend that I got with, and I lived with her and her parents. And you know, through that relationship, it was it was very um, it was very bad. It was a very bad relationship. You know, I moved into her house at a young age, and so you know things were learned too fast, and I fell in love too quick. Ended up trying to hurt myself over this girl, you know, because she cheated on me, and you know I tried to kill myself over her, man, and you know it was a really bad situation, you know,
Yeah.
because again I found myself alone, you know, not knowing what to do. So eventually, my mother found a house in Missouri City, and that's where the Missouri City came in. I moved from LA, Leaf to Missouri City. Went to a school that I didn't like to go to, which was Dulles High School. Very racist school. I had problems like the first month that I went there. I had problems.
Yeah.
They had locker searches, said I was selling drugs, all this. So you know, I got in trouble quick, and I started looking at I started looking at school like if I really wanted to do this, if I want to graduate, you know, knowing that I only had a year and a half left, is this something that I wanted to do, you know, graduate, and
Yeah.
um, at the same time, I knew um, one of my friends from football from Alief, and his uncle owned a tattoo shop.
Hold on.
So
Before we get there,
yeah,
hold on. Let's step back a little bit. A couple things I want to just point out. First, we appreciate you telling us your story,
yeah,
and one of the reasons that I felt was important is because we have so many people that deal with this stuff,
hmm
and they don't know how to deal with it. You know what I mean? As
yeah,
far as now, being molested, you know, you just mentioned, trying to take your life away, committing suicide. Those things are things that people shy away from. People don't want to talk about, and I feel like it needs to be talked about because it's usually the people you don't think it's happening to. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
first, like I said, first I want to say I appreciate bringing that up. Uh, how how has that impacted you as an adult now? Like, does it make you have trust issues, like trusting, not trusting people, not wanting to come close to people, or how has that impacted you now as an adult?
Yeah, for a long time I had a lot of trust issues. Like, you know, with everything on that situation, about that situation, it was just all negative. So, you know, from now it's like from today, I think my trust issues are a little bit stronger. But yeah, you're right. At that time, it was very bad. You know, I couldn't trust anybody. Um, you know, it's hard to trust someone when you look at someone for protection, and you think that they're there to guide you in the right direction, and it's really not. You know, it puts something in you. You know, that it's just tarnishing. It's
Yeah,
very tarnishing.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I just wanted to ask that because, like I said, a lot of people don't know how to deal with it, and then us being ignorant that we haven't been through that, we don't know how people would deal with things like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes we make comments and stuff, not being aware that some of these people are dealing with these things.
Yeah.
So again, it's important to bring it to light, so to speak.